we presented a memo on the inherited scope of our road infrastructure from the past administration, and that the total length of the roads we inherited and bridges was 18,897 kilometers. And we also brought to notice of fact that a number of projects were awarded, some lasting up to 20 years back, abandoned, ongoing with no proper funding, and so on and so forth, and there's some new critical routes, totaling a total of 12,000 kilometers and 24 bridges. And, FEC approved the continuation of this heritage projects under the new proposal, and directed Federal Executive Council Committee of Chief of Staff, Honorable Minister for Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Honorable Minister for Works, Honorable Minister for Planning and Budget, GMD of NMPCL, the Chairman of FIROS and SSA on tax reform, to meet and come up with strategies to source for the funds and everything pertaining to the funding. Number two, FEC was also, informed on the ongoing projects and to mitigate so much inflection and variation on the projects to have some of the projects that have attained less completion to be redesigned on concrete, and going forward for new projects to be done on concrete. FEC approved that concept that most of the ongoing projects should be redesigned on concrete, pavement, depending on the level of completion. And if you are doing asphalt, there are also conditions for that. The FEC also approved the coastal road running from Phase 1. Phase 1 runs from Lagos to Port Harcourt to Calabar. Phase 2 runs from a spur tearing off from this stretch to Sokoto and to Ugoja. It was approved to be done on EPC plus F. That's engineering, procurement, and construction plus financing. And 8 roads that were started in the past administration for concessioning that had gone through all the processes. We also approved that the financial closure should be reached in the month of November. There were 9 actually, but one was pulled out. That is Lagos Ota Abiokute, and that has been given to the Ogun State government based on their request that they should do the route on their own, and we follow the HDMI, that is Highway Development Management Initiative. No refund for that, but they will do it and toll it. And the new 25 routes were also approved for concessioning, which takes a very long time on a PPP model. Lastly, there is this, the PPP for Ijora Park in Lagos. It was approved that it should be, done on PPP, and it was won by Beta, which was Beta Nigeria Limited, which was actually started by the last administration. So we just had to convey what they did to FEC, which they got approval. And finally, the consultancy for NMPC and FROS, who oversee the projects funded by them, was also approved today. This way, the approval that the Minister of Works got from FEC today. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Let me call on the Honorable Minister for...
At FEC, the Council approved the setup of the Presidential Council on Industrial Revitalization Roadmap. That it will be chaired by Mr. President with the following subcommittees under it. We have the Subcommittee on Consumer Credit, the Subcommittee on Commodity Exchange, Subcommittee on Heavy Industries and Steel Development, Subcommittee on I remember the rest of them. It's actually 10 of them. Subcommittee on Trade Facilitation and Ease of Doing Business, and Subcommittee on, anyway, I'll remember and I will talk through them. What the committees will do will be to sit down and look at all the policies within different ministries, as well as the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. We have a lot of policies, frameworks, and guidelines that should help to revitalize the industries within these different ministries and agencies. And we are supposed to collaborate and come up with single roadmap for each of these subcommittees or each of these roadmaps. And that is actually geared towards developing the full industrial revival of the economy in line with the 8-point agenda of Mr. President. At the end of this, we expect to see a boost in investment coming into the different industrial sectors. We see a boost in job creation and employment, and a general increase in our indices, especially our GDP growth rate, which we expect to be growing from 3.5, hopefully to 7%, and a GDP base of about 1 trillion, which is in line with Mr. President's vision. It's actually because of how to actualize this that we came up with the roadmap to stimulate industrial growth, especially catalyzing the SME growth and the whole industrial sectors. We also talked about, Council also approved the setup of a committee to review the free trade zone setup, to look at the setup, look at the incentives, look at the laws and the reforms, and come up with reforms that will help to stimulate and catalyze the economic benefit of the free trade zones and special economic zones. I'm sorry, I can't remember the remaining committees, but I guess if I remember, I'll come back to it. Thank you.